So a big shock in the mixed doubles there, with Tang and Zi beating the reigning world and Olympic champions in 2 straight games. All credit to the Hong Kong pair because they were superb today. Well, next up is the second of the women's singles semi-finals. The world #1 Tai Tzu Ying, beaten finalist last year. Can she set up a repeat of last year's final? Because we know that Akane Yamaguchi is already through. Standing in her way is the 2013 world champion, Ratchanok Intanon. So as far as the women's singles draw is concerned, well, that confirms our first match of this afternoon's play, with Akane Yamaguchi coming from 3-8 down in that second game to win the match against the World Championship bronze medalist. So we're going to watch the top half of the draw, and it is a distinct possibility that this one could go to the full distance, because I thought that Ratchanok Intanon yesterday was playing extremely well in her victory over Sung Ji Hyung, the #3 seed, as you can see there. Match I'm very much looking forward to, this second women's singles.
Court #1, women's singles. Please welcome from Chinese Taipei, currently ranked #1 in the world, Tai Tzu Ying.
The world #1, Tai Tzu Ying, beaten finalist a year ago.
From Thailand, former world champion, Ratchanok Intanon.
Her opponent, Ratchanok Intanon, today appearing in her 3rd semi-final here at the Denmark Open. She was semi-finalist 6 years ago, which means that she was a semi-finalist as a 16-year-old, because she's only 22 now. She was also a semi-finalist in 2013 as world champion. She won the World Championships just prior to the Denmark Open 4 years ago. And it's surprising that Ratchanok Intanon is not seeded, but she's had injury problems, and therefore her world ranking has dropped a little. Former world #1, of course, became world #1 after winning 3 Super Series titles in 3 weeks last year. The Indian, Malaysian and Singapore Opens. But Tai Tzu Ying is 23 years of age, born in Kaohsiung, and she is enjoying her 47th consecutive week as the world's best player. She's already been in 3 finals this year, Super Series status, and won all 3 of them. And her first round match was against Danisa from last year, Cheng from Hong Kong, Busanan Ongbangarangpan of Thailand in 3 games in the second round, and then in the quarterfinal another 3-game match, 1 hour and 8 minutes to beat a player promoted from the qualifying, Kim Ho-min of Korea. So a tough week for the world #1 so far. Whereas Ratchanok Intanon, I was saying, she really has been in great form. Currently the world #1, but 2 weeks. Currently the world #9, but was the world #1 for 2 weeks at the end of April last year. 3rd semi-final here at the Denmark Open today. Now, she's been in 3 finals this year, winning 2 Grand Prix Gold events, the Thailand Grand Prix Gold and the New Zealand event in Auckland. Was beaten in the final of the All England, and as you can see, she's won all of her matches in straight games. Kirsty Gilmore, Michelle Lee And yesterday, the beaten finalist from 2013, Sung Ji Hyun. So very impressive so far from Ratchanok Intanon. If you were with us yesterday for the quarterfinals, you will have enjoyed her match against Sung Ji Hyun. This is the 16th meeting between these two players of the previous 15. Tai Tzu Ying has won 8, including the last 3. And the last 3 times they've played each other, it's all been won by Tai Tzu Ying in 2 straight games, including that second round match in Sydney at the Australian Open. 34 minutes only for that victory for Tai Tzu Ying, 21-11, 21-18. So our court officials for this one: Jakob Sindberg of Denmark, the service judge, Alangru Subu is the umpire. Sobu, I think, is the correct pronunciation. Is it, Steen? Do you want to help me out here?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, I thought that she was looking very, very determined, as if she had really come out in aggressive fashion yesterday against Sung Ji Hyun.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Tai Tzu Ying, Chinese Taipei. And on my left, Ratchanok Intanon, Thailand. Ratchanok Intanon to serve. Love all. Live.
So the former world champion, Ratchanok Intanon, getting this semi-final underway against the current world #1. Oh. Now, this is going to be interesting to see what sort of form Tai Tzu Ying is in, because she pulled out of the Japan Super Series last month with an injury concern. I think it was her shoulder, wasn't it, Steve?
I'm not sure what kind of injury it was. I'm looking a little bit on her lower leg, her right lower leg. There's some strapping on there, and it's been a while since we've seen it. And the last 3 victories over Ratchanok all came after that streak that we've discussed, where Ratchanok won 3 Super Series in a row. And I think from that point on, Ratchanok's physical shape declined a little bit due to injury, and Tai Tzu Ying's increased. She got in really, really good shape, and that gave her an advantage. But as you say, really interesting to see where they're standing today, those 2 players here, who were known as the technicians before Yamaguchi and Okuhara appeared on the scene and sort of challenging them.
Yeah. And not just the technicians, the 2 top technicians. To me, aesthetically, they're probably the 2 most pleasing players to watch, because they have this wonderful, relaxed hitting style. Make it look so easy. Ratchanok's coach, Patapol Ganshushuk. A little look back after making the error from Tai Tzu Ying towards the line as if trying to get her spatial awareness. There's her coach.
Service over.
The one doubt I have in my mind, Steen, is the stamina levels of Ratchanok.
Yeah.
We saw yesterday in short bursts when she's really attacking and she gets through with her attack.
Yeah.
Then keeping the rallies short in that way, she was superb.
What when the rallies get longer, and what when she's made to move
7-2.
in a defensive manner. She didn't play a lot of defense yesterday. She was controlling the match. She can't expect to control the match here, and as we discussed earlier, there's not that much of a drift today, which could bode for longer rallies.
Going wide.
Eight, 2.
Done it.
9-2.
Well, in the last two matches, which both gone to 3 games, Tai Tzu Ying has seemed a little sluggish to get going because it was the opening game she dropped against Busanan and against Kim Ho-min.
Yeah, and I saw the coin toss, which Tai won, and she elected to start on the opposite side of the court. Presumably the worst side. But that means that if this goes to 3 games, she will finish the match on the presumably better side of the court.
Service over. 10-3.
Goodness. Oh, that's only weighing. I think the drift's returned.
Interval.
Perhaps not as severe as earlier on in the week.
Yeah, I think there is some drift, but it's much less than in the beginning of the week, and I think that puzzles Tai a little bit. We saw that rally where she was hesitating a little bit in her deep forehand corner. The shuttle didn't behave as she expected it to, and later on she's made a couple of mistakes playing from the right side of the court to the left side, which sort of indicates that there's still some kind of drift, just not as severe as the rest of the tournament previous days.
20 seconds.
ไม้อยู่หน้าตีบอกตีอย่าตีเบาว่าจับไม้ให้แน่นหน่อยแล้วแบ็คแฮนด์เวลาเลี้ยวอ่ะเลี้ยวเมย์ไม่ต้องไปดึงจังหวะเลี้ยวถึงลูกก็เมย์ป้ายเลี้ยงยาวๆเลยนะพอป้ายยาวปุ๊บลูกมันจะลงหัวมันลงทีนี้เมย์ยกไม้ขึ้นเนี่ยป้ายยาวดักขึ้นใช่ป่ะเนี่ยคือปุ๊บยกขึ้นใช่ป่ะ2เวลารับลูกอ่ะเหมือนเดิมเงี้ยไป
Service over. 4-11.
Oh, that was going wide.
5-11.
Oh, there's challenge.
Tai Tzu Ying challenges called in.
She was right there too. No, great challenge. Great challenge.
Correction out. 6-11.
Oof, didn't miss by much.
Service over. 12-6.
Incredible defence though, went full stretch to try and lift off that backhand defence. That looked like a bit of a panic shot to me, actually.
Yeah, she was just rushed a little bit in shot execution, I think. Well played.
Oh, it's just long.
It's Tai who's been conducting the rallies here since the interval.
13-7.
Good shot.
Service over. 8-13.
.311, it didn't really seem believable, did it? But now, at 8:13, somehow, psychologically, as a player, you just sort of think, well, I can catch back up now.
9.
Yeah, and it's also much easier in the interval to talk about or think about what you're going to do, as you've only scored 3 points, so you obviously got to change something. Whereas the one leading 11-3, I mean, you can't really use that interval. You can try and guess what the opponent will do, but that might actually interrupt your own game. So you'd much rather just play it on. A number of loose shots from Intanon here.
It's over. 14-11.
Yeah.
And look at the mistakes, how big they are. It's like 10-15 centimeters they're out. And that shows something about the drift alongside the court, which is, I believe, still there. We just have the 4 best players left in the tournament that has coped with the best throughout the tournament. That's why we see such good badminton in the rallies after all.
Service over. 15-13.
That's going wide. Yeah.
It's over. 14-15.
Missed it.
Service over. 16-14.
Well, Ratchanok did well because that smash was deflected by hitting the top of the tape there. And still timed her defensive shot well. Oh, it's a nice little cushion once again for Ratchanok Intanon.
Yeah, there was a sound there at 14-13.
Yeah.
Heard the sound. It was the alarm bells ringing for Ratchanok that she needed to gear up if she wanted to win this first game here. But it's also like the players are sort of trying to find exactly the right amount of challenge on their shots. There's been a number of seemingly easy mistakes, but they have to find that, whether it's 97, 93% or whatever it is, in order to be able to beat the opponent. If they play too low, they're not going to make it, and if they push it too much, they're not going to make it either.
Fine line.
$19-14.
Oh, good defense. Oh, the perfect net shots from Ratchanok Intanon. Tight spinning net shot that hit the top of the tape. Oh, bounced over. That is remarkable. Well, that good net shot brings up game point opportunities.
20. Game point 14.
5 straight points to bring up game points. Only needed the one opportunity on a run of 6 straight points. Ratchanok Intanon closes out this opening game against the world number 1. 21-14 confirms the umpire. 17 minutes for that opening game. And I can't help but wonder whether the change of ends and the difference in the drift may make a difference in the second game.
Very important win for Ratchanok. Stats in the head-to-head says that she's only once lost to Tai when she's won the first game.
这部分注意一下。那自己注意你的往
Happened
前。
on 6 other occasions, on 5 other occasions.
拉高。
Excuse me.
一样，他的
So
绕
6 times altogether, she's won the first game.
让他跑动。
5 of the times she went on to win the
就是他
match.
不可能攻，他有点这样被挤到，你就准备对角，这部分要多注意一点，因为他绕走杀子线比较多，对角反而少，所以没有关系，就把球步守好这样就好了。哦，把球清楚一点，都给他多一点，让他这样去攻都没关系啊，多几拍他会开始会比较不稳。那你自己注意一下你的球，没关系啊，那会飞你就把角度拉高一点，但是不是慢哦，你的出手一样是快的，只是弧度稍微高一点而已。 懂我意思吗？就出手那个角度稍微拉高一点就好了。啊，自己注意回防，他一定会攻，就给他攻了。把你防守做好就好。啊，如果你打过去，他冲上来，你觉得比较高的时候，你就注意身体的球，拨掉，不用去用力。好。
Court 1,
เวลาเมย์
20
ตีไป
seconds.
ตีมาเขาแรงมาเมย์บีบกลับ5 นิ้วบีบที่ไม้ตัวเองอ่ะเมย์ไปสนใจลูกบีบที่ไม้อ่ะเดี๋ยวมันลู่นไปเองใช่ป่ะแล้ว2เวลาเมย์หยอดอ่ะเมย์จะหยอดแบบทิ้งเมย์จะเอาแบบปั่นเบาๆอ่ะเมย์ใส่สปินไปเลยกระแทกลูกอ่ะหยอดกระแทกหัวลูกเข้าใจป่ะไม่เอาแบบว่าไม่เอาเนียนๆเอากระแทกหัวลูกอ่ะแล้วเดี๋ยวเขาจะไม่กล้าปั่นเขาจะขึ้นมา
Second
กระ
game.
แทกหัวลูกปุ๊บลูกมีสปีดเขาจะขึ้นลอยมีปุ๊บได้เลยแต่ถ้าเมย์หยอดเบาๆไว้หยอดแล้วหยอดต่อ
Well, I don't understand any tie, but I'm pretty certain there was an awful lot of talk about net shots there. These gestures. Patapol.
Makes perfectly sense. Ratchanok plays with the drift here. Important to control the front court. That's difficult when she's a little bit off balance. It's so hard to control the shots to the baseline. Got to do her best to stay in balance. Oh, what a great defense.
Oh! And then a delightful drop shot played with disguise.
2-1.
And Ratchanok absolutely stranded. Look at that. Didn't even move.
Service over.
And we could see a little of the same that we saw Yamaguchi utilize, this flat game power play. I think Ratchanok is a little stronger than Tai in that game, and she's got a little advantage in reach as well.
Good judgment.
Over. 3-2.
Yeah, 5 centimetres taller, Ratchanok than Tai. Oh, look at that defence.
It's over.
And there was a couple of
3-all.
times in the beginning of that rally where Ratchanok was sort of waiting for the shot to the back court of from Tai Tzu Ying, and it didn't come, and she's got to overcover the front court and then work really, really hard if she's pushed to the back.
Service over. 4-3. It's over. 4-all.
Wide.
It's over. 5-4.
I think that might be the first service error of the match. Indeed it was.
6-4.
It's just wide. Oh, well, she's challenging.
Ratchanok Intanon
I don't think she'll have much joy with that.
Out.
Now it looked a bit wide. Yeah.
Challenge unsuccessful. 7-4.
Clearly wide.
In the beginning of this challenge system, when it first was introduced, Ratchanok, she was famous for sort of misusing her challenges almost before the first interval, the first game.
8-4.
It's also something you have to learn to cope with, when to challenge and when to just accept it as it is. Well, Tai has taken over momentum from the beginning here of the second game, and she's got to come up with something else.
You know, when it started
Yeah.
with the service error
Yeah.
from Ratchanok, ever since then, 5 straight points to Tai Tzu Ying.
Yeah.
And that was at 4-all.
Service over. 5-9.
Yeah, well worked. Very nicely done by Ratchanok. Again, managed to get back a net court. Well, it swings one way then the other, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you, I thought a moment ago the momentum was definitely with Tai Tzu Ying, but all credit to this lady, fighting back and now just 2 points in it.
It's over. 10-7. Service over. 8-10.
That came back in.
Oh, that's great placement. Well, close down the one-time 5-point deficit and back level. 10-all. Oh, she's missed it. Goodness me.
Interval.
Well, it is Ratchanok Intanon who has the 1-point advantage.
控制它就好了。
Oh, that's a dreadful miss, isn't it, from Tai Tzu Ying?
有机会再来攻灭，就继续这样打就好。你一直想要加速，一直想要加速，加到自己乱掉了，对不对？你一加速，你的球就想要打得平，那你问题你的脚直接上不去，上不去这种速度的时候，变成他很好打你。包括你后场，刚才前4点打太多了，他一打你上不去，再下手一放，他一推你就开始被动了。懂我意思吗？不行，就像他这样拉到后场，效果其实很好啊。干嘛急着一直跟他要打进攻呢？耐心一点哦。 越跟不上去，越要有耐心的，尤其是你的球，给球要越有耐心，到位就好，不要给得太平了。
แต่นี้เขาจะเซฟไม่แรงนะเมย์ต้องถอยไปหน่อยบางทีการที่เขาเซฟไม่แรงมาเซฟสั้นเมย์ไม่ถอยไงเมย์ใจร้อนจะรีบโหนตีเมย์ถอยมาจังหวะหนึ่งมันพั่วเลยใช่ป่ะเข้าใจป่ะเนี่ยดูขาพี่ดูถอยมาก่อนใช่ป่ะถอยมาให้เยอะๆสไลด์ให้ยาวหน่อยแล้ว2 ลูกหน้าไม่ต้องไปหลอกตามเขาจะดึงปล่อยให้มันดึงมากที่เรา
That's another great shot.
Well played.
Very well played. It's interesting, Ratchanok hasn't actually won a Super Series title since she won those 3 in 3 weeks.
Oh.
Been in a final already this year, the All England Championships. That was her 2nd time in an All England final.
But a little bit lucky the way she got there. She was in dire straits against Carolina Marin, down 11-19 in the decider, but came back and took 10 straight points, where Marin totally stiffened up. Even though, I mean, of course, it takes some skills, because you don't just win 10 points easily against Carolina Marin, so you've got to be able to play some badminton.
Yeah.
One in New Zealand, though, the Grand Prix Gold tournament there. Last tournament before the World Championships, and I was rather surprised to see Ratchanok playing there, because it was perhaps a little bit, the level was not strong enough for her, but on the other hand, maybe a good idea to get some confidence back and get some wins here. 20 game point. Hear the umpires say those words while you're holding the shuttle in your hand. That's always good.
Yeah. Beat Sino Kawakame in the final in Auckland. You were there.
Service over.
Yeah.
13-12.
I don't remember whether it was a 3-game or a 2-game match, but
it was 3 games.
Yeah. It seemed like a level above the rest of the players in the tournament, though.
Well, one feels we're really coming to crunch time, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's first to 8 from here.
Always challenge.
Tai Tzu Ying
I have to say, I saw that as landing in.
Hold in.
Yeah, she was very, very quick to challenge.
Saw it as the outer part of the line, but I'm in a little bit worse position than you, Joe.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 14-13.
Look more out than in on that. Seeing it again. aggression. Oh, a grimace on the face and then taps her head. And she knows that could be costly.
14.
Missed it. Oh, there's another challenge here.
Ratchanok Intanon challenges called out.
Well, if she's wrong on this, Ratchanok, she doesn't have any challenges left in this second game. Yeah, and she is wrong.
Challenge
And that
unsuccessful.
was 2 mistakes after that missed opportunity at the net. You spotted that after 4-4 when she made that serve that was quite a bit wide. She sort of lost her composure. That's well played.
Serve is over. 15-16.
Golf, they have this term of bouncing back, getting a birdie after a bogey, and I think it could also be used in badminton. How well do you handle emotionally difficult points that you've lost?
Oh, what a good rally.
Pace has gone up.
Yeah. And a super drop shot to bring herself back level.
16.
Look at that defense.
Bye.
That's perfect. Perfect.
And it was the same the previous rally. She's had perfect control over these flat lifts or flat pushes, controlled the drift perfectly, put so much pressure on Tai Tzu Ying.
Oh, yes.
It's over. 17-all.
Well, we said this was a match we were looking forward to, Steen, and it's certainly delivered, hasn't it?
It has delivered. I'm thinking back to yesterday's men's singles with Axelsen and Shrikant, with Tai in the role as Shrikant, losing the first game and trying to
17.
force a decider.
Clearly, and they're inside that back line. Oh, well taken. My goodness me. That must have been awfully close to being an illegal shot. But it wasn't.
The net camera is a little bit off. It's not entirely over the net,
No.
the way I see it. So it's still hard to judge, but I agree with you, Jill. It looked okay.
18 all. Oh, that was going out.
Good shot.
That is phenomenal.
Serve is over.
Not only the disguise, the precision of it, but to play it at this crucial stage, that's just brilliant. World number one Tai Tzu Ying has earned herself 2 game point opportunities to level this semi-final at 1 game apiece.
20. Game point, 80.
Oh, the net cord agonizing for Tai Tzu Ying.
19-20.
Oh, seemed to stay on the top of the net for an age. Still game point for Tai Tzu Ying. But it's 20 all. Extra points required until there's a clear 2-point winning margin.
20 all.
And Pataponian these are very animated in the coaching chair. I think he's urging Ratchanok to stay forward. Anticipation is that Tai is not going to lift unless she has to. Doesn't want to give away attacking chances to Ratchanok Intanon.
Oh, that's going out.
Nope.
Oh, no, it's come back in. Goodness me. When it left her racket, I thought it was going well wide, and a little wry smile from Tai Tzu Ying. So, a third game point opportunity for Tai Tzu Ying. This time she converts. It is 1 game all, and we will be treated to a third and deciding game in this excellent women's singles semi-final.
ใช่เมย์ไปเช็คลูกเยอะว่าเมย์ไม่อยากขึ้นนาเมย์ตัดสินใจเปี้ยงเลยมันก็ไม่ไหวเหมือนกันเมย์แต่ทีนี้เมย์ว่าตอนหลังเมย์มันเซฟมา
As we look at this again, I can tell you that the umpire has called the tournament referee. Not quite sure what that's about.
ถ้าบางทีนาเมย์ก็เคาะไปก่อนฟาดไปก่อนไม่ต้องเคาะก็ได้ฟาดไปก่อนนี่ขาเร็วหน่อยป่ะตีง่ายๆธรรมดามันก็ไม่ค่อยไหวหรอกนะเมย์อย่าไปเสียดายแต้มตอนนี้อย่าไปเสียดายอะไรเริ่มใหม่พัดใหม่ถ้าลุยได้ลุยใหม่ใช่ป่ะเนี่ยพอจังหวะที่แบบเมย์เล่นคือเมย์เล่นเมย์เข้าหาลูกแล้วเข้าหาลูกก็เมย์ต้องนิ่งเข้าปุ๊บเมย์หาจังหวะเขาขึ้นมาเมย์เอาลงถอยมาเอาลงบุกไม่ใช่ว่าเมย์ขึ้นมาปุ๊บเมย์ไปเซฟตามเขาทำไมใช่ป่ะจ่ายดีแล้วมา
你要注意，你看你这样打是不是就对了？是不是好打很多？给他攻没有关系啊，他攻不死你的球，只要有到位、够高到位，他在攻没有那么多。而且他这样攻击就很费力，你知道吗？虽然他下来之后，但是你就借力送过去，如果可以你就往中间送，他没有办法，没有角度推，你一直给他边，他很好做动作，你就往中间，你就是靠脚去跑掉，因为你只是从中往前或往后而已，他是从后要到前，所以没有关系。你既然慢，你就不要勉强。如果你有顶下去，对不对？
Court 1, 20 seconds.
那你就拉高啊！你记得你的脚要动就好了，知道吗？左脚那个还是要多跑一步，多退一步，左脚不要急着出手，多退一步再出手。你注意，比如你不行就拉高，做好防守就好。如果
Final game. Level. Play.
Well, this is where our question marks over the stamina of Ratchanok Intanon, this is where they'll get answered.
It is,
Service over.
and
1
I think
love.
she's definitely in better shape at the moment than we've seen her in the last year or so.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Whether she's at the top level, I'm not sure about that. I'm also sure that Tai Tzu Ying is in reasonably good shape, but not as good shape as in the beginning of the year, where she won these. Was it 3 Super Series she won?
That's right. Won the All England, Malaysia and Singapore, which was 3 Super Series events that she participated in at the beginning of the year. But remarkably, she won 6 consecutive titles, 2 at the end of 2016, the Hong Kong Super Series, and then the Super Series finals, and then 4 tournaments at the beginning of this year. Those 3 Super Series that I've mentioned, plus the Asian Championships. 6 titles and 6 tournaments played. It's a very good reason why she's world #1.
3 love.
6-4.
Oh yes,
Service over.
just rolling the racket head
1
on this
3.
shot here to keep it straight. Look at that. That's delightful. Good judgment.
And signs that
2 3.
Tai is more eager to attack here in the first part of the 3rd game than she was in the 1st game.
It's over. 4-2.
Done long.
5-2.
Yeah, great judgment.
Thanks. Oh, it wasn't me you meant.
Well, you too.
Good shot.
Oh! Oh, that is just fabulous. Look at this net exchange.
Yeah. And
6-2.
Tai's running away. She thinks that it's a bigger opportunity for Ratchanok. She didn't really realize how good her shot was.
Yeah, trying to do the same thing in return for making the error.
7-2.
That little faked lift on the backhand side that on the previous rally was played to perfection from Ratchanok. Tai unable to do the same. Oh, that's gone wide. Oh, this is very, very worrying
2.
times for Tai Tzu Ying fans.
It is. I don't think she can afford to be that much behind at the interval. Tai Tzu Ying. Stays in.
Yeah. while she's challenging.
Tai Tzu Ying challenges.
You've got great sight straight down the line there.
Yeah, the thing is, it might be long.
Might be long. No, nowhere near long.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 9-2.
Great placement of that smash.
Unsighted.
So, unsighted, and the umpire doesn't want to make the call, so they're asking Hawkeye to determine whether it was in or out.
Yeah, Ratchanok is saying 3 because she knows it was in. It's easy to get a little annoyed in this situation, so it's good to see Ratchanok smile here because she wanted to play on. She's on a roll.
Here we go. I just don't understand how the line judge was unsighted on that.
3.
I also don't understand why the umpire
Can't see it.
Can't see it.
Maybe his view is blocked by Ratchanok.
Yeah, but how the line judge didn't see that, I really don't understand.
No. That's perhaps where Ratchanok should just say it was in, and to get on with it. I mean,
yeah, because the momentum was with her.
The momentum was with her, and it could interrupt everything.
Oh, yes. A little more urgency in the attacking play there from Tai Tzu Ying.
Yeah, and 2 powerful shots, and then a very, very delicate one. The cross here. Whoops. Perfect. Long.
Service over. 11-4 interval.
So a 7-point advantage at the change of ends. Now it's a tall order for the world #1 Tai Tzu Ying to come back from this sort of deficit in the deciding game.
Play.
What a good rally again. The intensity of this.
shot. Fantastic control.
Four.
Well, for all Ratchanok fans, this really is wonderful to watch because she's back, it appears to me, to be at her very best.
Yeah, we can definitely rule out all stamina questions. She's playing at exactly the same pace and with that urgency of one that hasn't won the Super Series for a long time.
Yeah. 17 months. Ooh, challenge here.
Ratchanok Intanon challenges called out. Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 5-13.
And Tai also urging herself on, yeah, that's the way to do it. That's what I need to do.
Perfect. Threaded it down the line.
14-6.
And how has it affected Tai Tzu Ying that she didn't get a chance to battle for the World Championship, coming in as the best player, playing the Universiade in her home country instead? I mean, basically you want to play both.
Yeah.
It's over.
And there must be some little doubt somewhere in her mind whether she will ever get the chance back. It was a great chance this year. Won the Universiade, of course.
Beat Li Jingmi in the final.
Yeah. And probably had a great experience. It's just that in terms of difficulty, the World Badminton Championships seem so much more valuable.
Yes, I guess when careers are over, careers will be judged by the majors, World Championships, Olympic Games, and of course the regular Super Series events, the regular tournaments at the elite level. That's gone wide.
Is she rushing herself a little bit, Ratchanok?
Wait.
That's lovely. It's this ability to play these angles when I don't think these players, either of them, are in position to do so. They just have such control of the racket head. Yeah, look at that.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah.
And we've seen some mistakes, but we've also seen an abundance of delicate, beautiful technical skills from these two players.
Oh, she went for the same shot again. This time makes the error.
11-15.
There's no doubt in my mind, Steen, the belief is back with Tai Tzu Ying.
Yeah, it can be done. And I also think the doubt is there with Ratchanok. She really wants this win. She wants to win over the world number one. For the first time in over a year. That was an important point for both players.
16,
Yeah.
11.
But unfortunate for world number one.
Good rally.
Twelve, 17.
Oh, no, we had a rally in the opening game that was 23 shots.
Wicket. Ratchanok. 12, 17.
Wide.
13, 17.
Well, each and every point is so precious. And that was good judgment, because she was actually going to play that initially, I thought, and then she realised it was going to go wide.
It's not over.
No.
13, 17.
Oh, that's, she knew immediately, didn't she? Yeah, she was
jumping,
to
wanting
try.
to help it a little bit more. Ooh.
Service over. 14.
Yeah, good
18.
call, line judge. Very good call.
Yeah. I was concerned about the long line. But fortunately for Tai, the baseline was clear out.
Gone wide.
Service over.
And Ratchanok Intanon,
19,
the former world number
14.
one. Just 2 tantalising points from beating the current world number one. Match point opportunities. 6 of them, to be precise. for Ratchanok Intanon to reverse the result of the All England final earlier this year. She's done it. Delight for Ratchanok Intanon. Reaches the final of the Denmark Open for the first time in her career. After 2 previous semi-final appearances. Her traditional thank you to all 4 corners of the stadium. What a match. 21-14, 20-22, 21-14. Yeah, well, she thoroughly deserved the victory. That's the best I've seen her play since she won those 3 Super Series titles back-to-back last April. There, the final shot clearly landing in. An hour and 4 minutes of simply wonderful badminton. There's confirmation, 21-14, 20-22. 21-14 in the deciding game. So what an excellent women's singles encounter that was, as indeed was the first. Both of those women's singles semi-finals going the full distance. Well, next up is the only home interest left in this year's Denmark Open. It's Mathias Bo and Carsten Mogensen, the winners here 7 years ago, trying to reach a 3rd final at the home Super Series event. They're up against the newly crowned world champions, Liu Cheng and Zhang Nan. As far as the Super Series standings are concerned, well, when we look at the men's doubles, 2 Japanese pairs, 2 Danish pairs, 2 Chinese pairs, and 2 pairs from Chinese Taipei. Top 4 in that list have all won Super Series events this year, and in fact 5 of the top 7 have been in a Super Series final as well. So it's all very tight in the race to Dubai. And as far as the